Alright, I want to keep this video as short as possible. I'm briefly going to speak about um, domestic violence. Domestic violence is quite broad. You have violence against children, violence against men, against women. You have killing of husbands, killings of wives, killing of children, killing of parents. It's a very broad thing, and domestic violence you can also extend it to the extended family. You can also extend it to the whole community. For example, if you have a community where a small minority of a subgroup is um, how do I say it? They are not domestically abusive. It's not the house, but they are afflicted by the community themselves. Then that's also a form of domestic violence. Look, I often speak very fluently and fast, so sometimes I tend to become a bit stuck when I'm explaining stuff because I want to say things as efficient as possible. So forgive me for that. But okay, about domestic violence, it comes down to the following: people want to be relieved. That's what domestic violence comes down to. Just think about it. If you have the father, let's take a common family for a moment. You have the father who has rage issues against his wife and it leaks out to the children. What's going on? He wants relief at all costs. And because he wants relief at all costs, he thinks it's a good idea to hit his wife when she is disrespectful. He cannot explain what respect is, but he just wants it. He is stonewalling. He doesn't want to reflect upon his own way of thinking. He can't even explain what respect is and why respect is so important. He just wants it. His wife not provided. He doesn't care whether his wife meant it or not. He just hits so that the wife knows you need to give validation to me. It's relief. Relief at all costs. When the children are the ones being stonewalled and their needs are being frustrated, that's also relief. When it happens in a community, let's say that you have a lot of children in a community that have been they had a horrible experience at home, either through sexual molestation or an alcoholic parent. Let's say that's common in a community. Such people tend to grow up with fearful expectations. Now, what does a community do? A community labels them as crazy, threatens to put them in a mental institution, and when they malfunction in a society, people tend to label them. Why? People don't want to deal with what's going on. They want relief. So this relief-centered thinking is the root of domestic violence. I dare to say, you don't have to agree with me, but I dare to say that all the violence that happens in the world has this relief-centered thinking at its roots. So that's one way to look at domestic violence, to look at it at its roots, and that is that relief-centered thinking. What is the opposite of relief-centered thinking? There ain't really an opposite. Hold on. I don't know whether it was an distraction or not, but okay, let me finish this video. There is no opposite of relief-centered thinking. People tend to think in opposites. People tend to think in duality. What is the alternative of relief-centered thinking? Christ-centered thinking. I'm not saying that people in the world I'm not saying that there are no people in the world that want solutions. There are many that want solutions, but they operate in a mindset that's against Christ. So every solution you come up with will be a null movement. And I already explained about null movements before. So if you don't know what a null movement is, watch in my older videos. Okay, there's a bit of wind here, so I'm going to close this video. Domestic violence is all about seeking relief at all costs. And to a large extent, it's the community that permits it to happen. Because the community is the one that wants relief. And people want to get validation from the community, so they enforce the relief at home. Let's say that you have people that want to be treated well by the community, so they tend to force their children to behave a certain way just so the community is at ease with those children. Because people in the community don't want to deal with reality. They just want models They are worshiping models, models of behavior, models of this, models of that. So because they want to give up their idolatry, they put pressure on parents to model their children, because if they don't model their children and those children are harmed, well, it's somebody's fault. And the parents are the ones going to pay also. So out of this fear, there are parents who smack their and beat their children into submission to the idolatry of the community, and often do it in the name of the Lord, thinking that they're doing the right thing. They're not. It's idolatry, it's sick. It's pathetic also. I'm saying it as it is. Well, I really want to close now. Agree with Christ and please flee from idolatry. Be at peace.